Captain Anders, how are you today?
Oh, fine. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we would like to give everybody a quick update on the weather, what's to come, and where we're going, along with that developing storm that's happening off of the coast, and give everybody a little bit more of an update on our cruise, how we are today. First of all, beautiful seas and beautiful skies once again. It's currently day number 9. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when we're filming this. So, Captain, let's talk about the weather, where we're at, and what we're doing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much of a stormy weather outside now, and it's been nice for the last couple of days. And the reason for that is that we are here, and the storms are up there. And we won't see any bad weather until maybe 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's going to be a little, if we click ahead here, that's when we are passing through this front here. You see you have Cape Hatteras over there, which is famous for bad weather, and that's where we run into the storm a couple of weeks ago. But right now you can see that the storm is passing.
Okay.
So we are going to go behind the storm. The light colors here, that's nice weather. And you saw that we were now clicking ahead. So at this point we are alongside in Cape Liberty. And that's when the next storm is coming out. And this is the one that we are going to avoid. Yeah. If we had continued our itinerary as it was, we would have run straight into this one here.
Yeah.
And that would have been not so good.
And definitely when that starts to mix up, that's just the start, and we would have been 2 days as it continues to develop going right into that storm. So that's essentially where we're at. So we basically we're going to tuck right between one storm and get in before this next one develops.
Yes.
And the bigger storm develops.
Yeah. And that has been the plan all the way. Try to have as nice weather as possible.
Yeah, which is nice to have, because we do have some beautiful seas out there, and people are still hanging out by the pool and just relaxing and enjoying themselves. So that's kind of the update there. Again, tomorrow morning, day 10 morning around 7 a.m., we're going to be passing through that front, which will probably bring a little bit cooler weather outside.
Yeah, the temperature will continue to drop because we are heading up north. So we can expect when we arrive to Cape Liberty, it's going to be around 11 degrees Celsius, 60-ish Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only February still.
I know. Well, by then it'll be March.
Yeah, that's true.
Filming this on the 29th. All right. Now, one other thing that I wanted to bring up, because people are looking outside and they're seeing this beautiful weather that we're having, they think that it's not the weather that we're returning, and that we're returning to Bayonne early because of the number of people that had a gastrointestinal illness over the last several days. Obviously, you've seen many of the enhanced cleaning processes that the crew members have done. Captain, can you just mention a little bit more about that?
Yeah, when we see an increased number of GI cases on board, we have strict procedures that would kick in immediately. And it hasn't been really bad. I mean, we have 6,000 people on board, and we had an average of 10 cases per day. So as of today, we had 109 cases. And the last report I saw, that was only 10 people still in isolation. So we tend to forget that people get well after 24 to 48 hours, and then they are released and can enjoy their cruise. So at this time, there's only 10 people in isolation.
So the 109 is not 109 people stuck in their staterooms, just so you all know. There's a process in place to make sure that they're in their cabins while they get better, and then once they are better and their symptoms are symptom-free and everything, just like having the flu, you stay home from work for a couple of days and you are heading back out. Now, the 109, the number, is the total for the last 9 days. So yeah, about 10 or so a day. And the thing is the way that this company's sanitation processes and procedures go is if we see a spike, which we saw a spike early in the cruise, that's when all of the preventative measures went into play. That's when the enhanced sanitation goes. That's when we're going through literally gallons of Purell hand sanitizer and asking everybody to wash their hands, doing the basics of of ensuring you're having a happy and healthy vacation. That's when those procedures went into play. And I had a guest yesterday say, I just heard in the elevator that this ship has hundreds of people in isolation, and this is the worst case of norovirus to ever hit a cruise ship. And I said, really? That's news to me. And to give you an idea, if you really want to, out there, folks, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, the United States organization, if you go on their website, cdc.com, there is the vessel sanitation program, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And any ship, we report to the CDC, every ship in the entire world reports. And if there's a ship that goes over 3%, it's registered and listed on the whole process. So Anthem of the Seas is actually not even on the CDC website at this point because we aren't at even 3%. We're at that 109, which is somewhere around 2.5, which our goal is always 0%. We don't want to have anybody get ill on the sick on the cruise ship, but unfortunately a bug was brought on. It got spread around quite quickly, and we did our very best to nip it in the bud. And that's the one thing is we, again, don't want people to think that we're cutting this cruise early due to that, because that's not the case at all. And we're obviously avoiding the weather and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
After the incident we had a couple of weeks ago, the company implemented a new adverse weather avoidance policy, and that's the policy we've been following this cruise, and it has turned out really well so far.
Yeah, because we're going to be essentially, yes, arriving early, but smooth seas, pretty much sunny skies all the way up the coast, and we won't be getting into that storm in a potentially very uncomfortable situation for guests and crew. So that's number one. We want to keep you all safe and comfortable. And number two, we just want you to all to enjoy your rest of the time here on board the Anthem of the Seas. Captain, anything else?
No, not from my side. I think we painted a pretty good picture here about the storm and the current situation with OPP, so I'm happy.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to the little weather update and update on the sick passengers. We hope that you are getting better if you happen to be in your stateroom now, or if you happen to have gotten ill over the last few days or week and a half, I guess, that this cruise has been going on. Our sincere, wishes to you getting better, and of course for everybody else out there, the other 3,997 of you that are on board the ship that haven't gotten ill, continue, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, because we still don't want you to be ill, and we don't know if that bug is still out there. I think we've killed it though, but we still need to make sure that you do your part, we're doing our part to maintain a nice, happy, healthy cruise for the rest of the way up to Bayonne. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Captain, and have a wonderful day.